Hi guys, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we are going to discuss about complex number. So this is the first topic in our advanced mathematics lecture series. So when you say complex number guys, it's just a combination of a real number and an imaginary number. If Z is a complex number, it is equal to A plus BI. So ito guys, combination siya ng real number and imaginary number. So, imaginary number is meron siyang I that is equal to the square root of negative 1. So, I squared is, so square nito, that is negative 1. So, I cube is just equal to I squared times I. That is just equal to negative I. Then, of course, you have here I raised to 4. That is just equal to I squared times I squared, or negative 1 times negative 1. This is just equal to 1. So let's go back to our complex number here. So our complex number can be represented in many forms. So first form is what you call the rectangular. So this is it. You have here trigonometric form. You have polar form. And lastly, you have exponential form. So here guys, yung complex number natin can be represented graphically. So, a graphical representation in our complex plane, or what you call the Argand diagram. So, Argand diagram parang XY plane lang or Cartesian plane. But here, yung ating ordinate y-axis is the imaginary axis. This is imaginary axis. Then yung ating abscissa guys, the x-axis, horizontal axis is what you call the real axis. So, a point in your Argand diagram or complex plane is your complex number. So, yung coordinate ng complex number niya guys is AB. So, therefore, this distance here, okay, this distance is distance A. That's the x component. And this distance is B. That is the y component. Now, the distance from the origin to your complex number point here is represented by variable r, or yung r natin is what you call the absolute value, or yung tinatawag natin na modulus. Then yung angle na na-make because of these two sides here, our real part and imaginary part A and B, angle theta is what you call the amplitude or argument. So here, yung relationship niya is yung tangent theta, of course. This is your B. This is B over A, or your opposite over adjacent. So B over A siya guys. That's the relationship. Then R here guys, yung modulus natin can be found using Pythagorean theorem. So this is a right triangle. We have here R squared equals, so A squared plus B squared. Then the modulus is equal to yung coefficient ng real part and imaginary part. So that is square root of A squared plus B squared. So this is the fundamental concept that should be understood before solving complex number problems. So let's derive yung mga form of a complex number. So the first form is this. This is a rectangular form. So Z equals A plus BI. Sometimes guys, I is also denoted as J. So here, let's use the letter I for imaginary. The angle here, our amplitude or argument, is given by, we have tangent theta. So tangent of theta equals, so this is B over A. Therefore, theta is just equal to arctan B over A. So that's one of the fundamental properties. So let's derive its trigonometric form. So here guys, B is just equal to, you have here R sine theta using trigonometry. And this A here, our adjacent, is just equal to your R cosine of theta. So let's just change this to in terms of R absolute value and angle theta. So Z equals, so A is R cosine theta plus B natin is R sine theta times I. Therefore, Z equals, so factor out natin yung R, so R times quantity cosine theta plus, so I sine theta. So this is our trigonometric form, or simply denoted as R cis theta. So the third form is what you call the polar form. So madali lang guys yung polar form. So z equals, so r angle theta. So this is our polar form. So the last form is what you call the exponential form. So sa exponential form guys, gagamit tayo ng identity which is the Euler's formula. So using the Euler's formula, e raised to I theta is just equal to cosine theta plus I sine theta. So using this Euler's formula, we can just change this to e raised to I theta. So here z equals, so r, change this to e raised to I theta. So this is our exponential form, this is polar form, this is trigonometric form, and this is our rectangular form. So let's solve our first sample problem here. First problem natin guys is simplify I raised to 29 plus I raised to 21 plus I, where I is an imaginary number. So I raised to 29 plus I raised to 21 plus I. That is equivalent to, so simplify natin guys. Using our concept that I, we have here I squared. So I squared is just equal to negative 1. We have here I cubed, that is negative I. And I raised to 4 is just equal to 1. Therefore, if our exponent is divisible by 4, that is just equal to 1. So what is the closest number that is divisible by 4? Closest to 29. So that is 28. So this can be factored out as I raised to 28 times I. And here, the closest value which is divisible by 4 is 20. So this is I raised to 20 times I plus I equals. So here guys, this is just 1. So 1 times I. Since its exponent is divisible by 4 here. So plus, this is just 1 times I plus I. Therefore, this is I plus I plus I. So using algebra, you have here 3I. So like terms, combine. So here guys, isimplify natin to. So simplify the expression I raised to 2020 plus I raised to 1997 minus I raised to 59. So same process guys. So 2020 divided by 4. So 505. So wala siyang remainder. So this is I raised to 0. So 0 ang remainder niya dito. So plus, so 1997 divided by 4. So this is 499.25. So the remainder is 0.25. So 0.25 times 4. So this is 1. So this is just equal to I raised to 1. So minus, so 59 divided by 4. So the remainder is 0.75. So 0.75 times 4, that is just equal to 3. So this is just equal to I raised to 3. So equals, so here this is just 1. So I raised to 0 is 1. So plus I minus, so I cube is just equal to negative I equals 0. So this is just equal to 1 plus I plus I. So this is 1 plus 2I. So this is our answer here. So this is just equivalent to 1 plus 2I. So that is a simple step guys in using your calculator. So you can also use yung manual method natin. So next problem guys, write the polar form, trigonometric form, and exponential form of the complex number z equals 3 plus 4i. So z equals 3 plus 4i is a rectangular form. So i-convert natin siya guys to polar, trigonometric, and exponential form. For polar form, we just find our radius or yung modulus natin. So r equals, so that is just the square root of, you have here 3 squared plus 4 squared. So this is just equal to 5. So yung angle theta natin, theta is, so arctan opposite over adjacent. So opposite natin guys is yung b. So 4 over 3. So theta equals, so 53.13 degrees. So, yung polar form natin guys is, so Z equals, so R angle theta. So, equals, so R is 5, angle is 53.13 degrees. Then next is our trigonometric form. So, the form is Z equals, so that is R cosine theta plus I sine theta. So, Z equals, so R is 5, so cosine theta is 53.13 degrees plus I sine 53.13 degrees. Or pwede rin guys na R cis theta. So 5 cis theta is 3.13 degrees. Then the last form we have here exponential form. So Z equals, so this is RE raised to I theta. Or we have here R, so 5. So E raised to I theta is 53.13 degrees. So this is our final answers. So using our calculator guys, naituro ko na to sa calculator techniques natin in our previous discussion, but here ulitin natin siya. So yung mode natin guys na computation lang, so 1, we have here our rectangular, so i-convert natin siya to polar. So shift, we have here shift and pol, that is plus here. Then i-input natin yung numbers here, yung imaginary part and real part. So you have here 3, so comma, then 4, so equals. So you have here our radius, modulus natin is 5. We have here our argument or amplitude, yung angle is 53.13 degrees. So you can use that calculator technique. So next problem guys, we have here if A equals 40, E raised to I 120 degrees, that is exponential form. B equals 20, angle negative 40 degrees. C equals 26.46 plus 0i. Determine A plus B plus C. So first step guys, i-convert muna natin siya lahat into rectangular form. Then, i-convert natin to polar form. Because the choices are all in polar form. So A is, we have here 40, E raised to I 120 degrees. Convert natin guys into trigonometric muna, then rectangular. So we have here A equals, so R, so 40. This is cosine 120 degrees plus I sine 120 degrees. So this is the quickest way to transpose this to rectangular. So dadaan muna tayo guys sa trigonometric form. So A equals, so 40. This is cosine 120, so negative 1/2. So plus I. So sine 120 is just equal to square root of 3 over 2. So i-simplify natin to guys. So A equals, so this is negative 20 plus, so 34.64 I. Okay na yung A. So B tayo guys. So B is 20 angle. So we have here negative 40 degrees. So same process. Daan muna tayo guys sa trigonometric, then to rectangular. So B equals, so R, so 20, so cosine negative 40 degrees. So plus I sine negative 40 degrees. So calculator lang guys. So B equals, so 20 times, so cosine negative 40. This is, so make sure na ang calculator guys is naka-degree. So negative, cosine negative 40 is 0.766 plus here sine negative 40. So this is negative, so negative na guys. So negative 0.6428. This is I. Then simplify natin. So B equals, so 20 times 0.766. This is 15.32. So minus, this is 20 times, so multiply natin guys, 0.6428. This is 12.856. So 12.856 I. So, yung C guys, naka-rectangular form na siya. So, no need to convert. So, since A is equal to, we have here, negative 20 plus 34.64I. So, B is equal to, we have 15.32 minus 12.856I. Then C, given natin is, we have here 26.46 plus 0I. So, therefore, ang C natin, guys, is just a real number. Wala siyang imaginary part. So, A plus B plus C. So, i-add natin, guys, lahat. So, A plus B plus C. So, this is A plus B plus C. So, equal. So, yung mga real number, real part, siya yung magko-combine din. Of course, magko-combine din yung lahat ng imaginary part. So, this is negative 20. So, plus 15.32 plus 26.46. So, this is 21.78. So, plus, we have here 34.64. So, minus, so plus negative here, 12.856 plus 0. So, we have here 21.784. This is I. Then, convert natin, guys, to polar form. So, R natin here is square root of, so ito, A squared plus B squared. So, 21.78 squared plus 21 point, basically, guys, almost equal siya. So, 21.784 squared. So, this is just equal to, so this is 30.8. So, R is 30.8. Now, angle. So, angle theta is, so that is arctan. So, B over A. So, 21. So, basically, arctan 1, this is 45 degrees. So, this is 45 degrees. So, therefore, A plus B plus C is just equal to R. This is 30.8. So, angle. This is 45 degrees. So, next problem, guys, we have here, if x equals 5 minus 6i and y equals 2i plus 1, what is x divided by y? So, we have here x equals, so that is 5 minus 6i. We have here y equals 2i plus 1. So, the required is x over y, or we have here 5 minus 6i over, so 2i plus 1. So, when dividing, guys, i-multiply natin siya sa conjugate of the denominator, which is, so 2i, palitan lang natin yung sign niya. So, 2i minus 1 all over 2i minus 1. So, this is what you call the conjugate of the denominator. So, we have, so multiply natin, guys. So, that is 5 minus 6i times 2i minus 1 all over, you have here 2i plus 1 times 2i minus 1. So, i-FOIL method natin to, guys. So, we have here, so 5 times 2i, this is 10i. So, we have here 5 times negative 1. So, this is negative 5. So, this is negative 6i times 2i. This is negative 12i squared. So, this is negative 6i times negative 1. So, this is positive 6i over, same here. So, 2i times 2i. So, this is 4i squared. Okay? So, here we have 2i times negative 1. So, this is negative 2i. So, here we have 1 times 2i. So, plus 2i. You have here 1 times negative 1. So, this is negative 1. So, this will cancel out. Then, we just simplify this. So, we have here 10i minus 5 minus 12i squared plus 6i all over. So, you have 4i squared minus 1. But here, you can say that I squared, that is our fundamental concept, that is just equal to negative 1. So, let's change all I squared to negative 1. So, 10i, so here minus 5 minus 12. So, I squared is negative 1. So, plus 6i. So, ito ipag-combine na natin, guys. So, this is 16i. 10i plus 6i. So, 16i. So, all over. So you have here 4. So I squared is negative 1. So we have here minus 1. So equals, so 16i minus 5 plus, so negative times negative, so positive, so plus 12. All over, so we have here negative 4 minus 1. So this is negative 5. So simplify natin guys. So 16i, this is, so negative 5 plus 12. So this is equal to, so plus 7. All over, we have here negative 5. So yung negative guys, pwede natin siyang itaas, magiging, so we have here, so negative 7 minus 16i all over 5. So this is our final answer. Letter A. Or guys, you can use your calculator. So may Caltech naman siya guys. So don't worry. So we have here, so para mas madali siyang isolve using your calculator, so mode complex. So 2. So na-discuss to guys sa calculator technique natin part 1. So we have here, so 5 minus, so mode complex tayo guys, that is mode complex. So 5 minus 6i. So this is, you have here shift eng, so I. All over 2i, so shift eng plus 1. So just press equals. So you have here, same answer tayo guys. So negative 7 minus 16i all over 5. Find the value of the quantity 1 plus I raised to 5 where I is an imaginary number. So i-simplify natin siya guys. 1 plus I raised to 5. So ang pinaka-simpleng paraan guys is wag na natin siyang i-expand pa. So using the concept that if z, so naka-polar form siya, so r angle theta. So if you raise z here, so z raised to n, you just raise your r to n and multiply your angle to n, so n theta. So you can use this concept here. So ito guys, basically i-convert muna natin siya into polar form. We have here, so yung r natin, so r is, so this is square root of a squared plus b squared. Ng a niya is 1, yung b niya is 1 also. So r equals, so this is square root of 1 squared plus 1 squared. So r equals is square root of 2. And here, you can say that theta is, you have here arctan, so b over a. So that is 1 over 1. So that is just 1. So this is 45 degrees. Then here, substitute natin siya guys. Therefore, 1 plus I, imaginary number natin, raised to 5, is just equal to your r. So this is square root of 2 raised to 5 angle. So 5 times theta. Theta is 45 degrees. So this is 5.657. So angle niya is 45 times 5. This is 225. Then that's the time na i-convert natin siya guys to rectangular form. So raising that r to 5, yung bago nating r guys is, so you have here square root of 2. So yung saktong value yung ilagay natin para eksakto yung nasa calculator. Then yung theta is, this is 5 times 45, so 225 degrees. So yung magiging trigonometric form niya guys is r, you have here cosine theta plus I sine of theta. Square root of 2 raised to 5, we have here cosine, this is 225 degrees plus I sine 225 degrees. So we just simplify this. So square root of 2 raised to 5, this is times. So cosine 225 square root of 2, so negative square root of 2 over 2. So plus I, this is sine 225. So that is also negative square root of 2 over 2. Then you just multiply this. So times square root of 2 raised to 5. So this is negative 4. So plus square root of 2 times negative square root of 2 over 2. So same lang naman siya. So negative 4 din ito guys. So times negative 4 times I. Then simplify natin. So negative 4 minus 4i. So sa choices guys, naka-factor yung negative 4 natin. As you can see here in our choices. So negative 4 times, you have here 1 plus I. So that is the answer. So, letter B siya. So, this is 1 plus I raised to 5. Or, another method, you can use your calculator. So, sa calculator, guys, so, hindi niya kaya yung raised to 5. So, hanggang 3 lang ang kaya ng calcu. So, mode complex, we have here 2. Then, 1 plus I raised to 3 lang. 3 lang muna, guys. Then, i-factor out natin siya. So, 1 plus I, so, squared. So, same thing. So, that is just raised to 5 if you multiply that. So, equals, so, we have here negative 4 minus 4I. So, you can use your calculator. So, it's the fastest way during the board exam. But also, of course, you need to familiarize yung method natin here. So, that's it, guys. I hope that you have learned from this video. So, thank you for subscribing on this channel. Continue to watch, share, and subscribe. You can also follow our Facebook page, that is Engineer Prof PH. Thank you, guys, and God bless. Stay safe, everyone.